There are a few things that maybe not a huge concern for them at this point because there's enough depth in that squad or in that 11. But they'll certainly want to address and get it right. They've got to sort that batting out, especially when you're getting such incredible innings from one guy. All you need to do is bat around him and you'll get to a total which with their bowling they'll be able to defend.
They need to actually address this now. I mean, in one game it happens, all right, you understand, it's okay, one bad game and you move on. But if this has happened back to back in 2 games, so they will have to address this issue. And listen, I mean, they have really deep batting, right? They have deep batting. They've got big hitters, boundary hitters in Hetmyer, Stoinis, and it's just amazing. It's amazing that nobody actually, the intent as well. It's not that they didn't. Even the intent, there was a lack of intent, which was quite evident.
Just knows his game well at the moment, trusts his game. Apart from the running between wickets earlier on in his innings, I don't think he played a false shot at all. And Gale's playing quite well. Gale almost seems or looks determined at the moment to show that they made a mistake keeping him out. If all of them come off, that's as explosive a batting lineup as you can get in the IPL. I don't think that too many teams. I certainly, apart from Mumbai, I don't see anyone as explosive as that batting lineup. But Pooran's just at number 4. See, the thing is he bats the same way against spin and pace, which then makes it harder to target him with a particular bowler.
The way he scores, it's very orthodox cricketing shots. I mean, when you look at those shots, he wasn't slogging. He was just playing normal cricket. So that's the reason. I mean, he makes it look so easy. I mean, his 53 of 28 wasn't like he was trying to up the ante or trying to kind of force the pace and all that. He was just playing normal orthodox cricketing shots, and it's very difficult. There are not too many people in world cricket who has that kind of ability that Pooran has.
They've obviously forgotten what Chris Gayle can do. It's I mean, once he got that first boundary away, which was a slightly shortish ball back a length, punched it through cover. I think he just realized he could take that over on. And obviously inexperience of Deshpande, just sometimes you play into the hands, you try and bowl quicker as a young bowler instead of just getting it in the right area. I don't think it would have mattered. I think he had decided to go in that over, and you just saw the brute power that Chris Gayle had, and we've seen it over the years. So tough on the bowler on the night when you run into someone like a Chris Gayle in that sort of mood. But Delhi perhaps did miss a trick, and in thinking that speed can trouble him. Perhaps should have got Ashwin on a bit earlier.
If you look at Ashwin's record against Gayle, I mean, he's been brilliant. I think this is the 5th time he got him out in IPL or something. But yeah, I guess they wanted Tushar to come in and bowl short because, yes, off late that's been an area of challenge for Chris Gayle. Short and quick, and Tushar has that ability. He's quick in the he's quick in the air and also off the surface. He bowls a good bouncer as well. So you can understand why Shreyas got him. And also Shreyas, because he plays with Tushar. I mean, they're in the same side, Bombay. So maybe has that kind of also confidence in Tushar to deliver. But it didn't work today, unfortunately.
At this stage in the competition, I mean, if you're a captain, you would want to bat first. I think it's just not batting well enough. I mean, when a guy gets 100 or 50 something balls or 106 in an innings of 164, tells you there's been something wrong at the other end. And that's where, again, Stoinis has become such an important or integral part of them finishing off innings or getting to the scores where they've successfully defended. He gets out today and they don't quite get there. Always felt mid innings that 164 was never going to be enough if Punjab batted well.
They were set to get to 180, 185. End of the day, they'll think about their batting and then say, listen, they were 15 runs short. They got their 100 in the 13th over, and from there on, with I think 7 wickets in hand. From there on, you expect them to get to 180. So I don't think batting first was an issue. Not batting well in the first innings was an issue.
The best thing about their next 4 games is that they play Sunrisers, KKR, Chennai and Rajasthan. All the teams who they are fighting for Chennai look like worst positioned at this point. All the teams that they are fighting to get into that top 4. So couldn't have scripted it better. If they can continue this form, they'll certainly be putting all those guys under pressure.
They kind of won this comfortably. They've had issues with the other victories, but this one, they won comfortably. Secondly, I mean, listen, they won it despite Rahul not scoring, Mayank not scoring, Chris Gale getting a start but not getting a big one. So it's basically the middle order, which was their concern initially. They got those runs. Maxwell got runs, Pooran got runs, Huda did well, then Jivanisham finished it off. So I think, yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, that's the batting aspect. Now, the bowling aspect. The biggest concern again was death overs. And today, Shami, not just today, I mean, last few games, Shami's been brilliant in the death. Arshdeep has been brilliant last 2-3 games in the death as well. So I think they're ticking a lot of boxes in the last couple of games. So that's where I think they should be growing in confidence, and you better watch out for them now.